Hi, I'm Jenny Robertson, founder of the On Purpose Woman Global Community and founder and publisher of On Purpose Woman magazine. Welcome to Connections Over Coffee. Whether you're here live with us on Zoom, joining us on Facebook, or watching this on YouTube, I'm so glad you're here. This is your time to slow down, fill up, and connect with other heart-centered women who are making a difference in the world. One of those women is our speaker, Laura DiFranco. In her talk on building legacy partnerships and collaborations, Laura will guide us step by step through her legacy business partnership strategy. Laura is the CEO of Brave Healer Productions, a 14-time, it might have gone up by now since this bio was written, but a 14-time award-winning publisher for holistic health, wellness, and business professionals who are helping the world experience what's possible one brave word at a time. And you can visit Laura's website at lauradefranco.com. Laura, thank you for being with us today and sharing your wisdom on this topic that I love. So you are on.
Yay. So the secret is it did go up by one since that bio was written, but the announcement isn't out yet, you guys. So we'll get to that announcement. Okay, so some of you know me and I like to open up with a poem sometimes. And so I'm going to invite all of you to just relax and sink down into your body a little bit and just have fun receiving these words this morning. This is called Say Yes to Your Soul. Feel the deep ache. Now, hear the call. Everything's at stake. You can't play small. Your life's on the line. Your soul's in pain. You know it's time to make a big change. Say yes to your soul. Say yes to yourself. Love is the goal. There is nothing else. It's okay to be scared. The path will unfold. You're more than prepared. It's okay not to know. Feel it all now. Don't expect it'll be hard. Don't judge the how. Take down your guard. Your soft is your power. It's not what they said. You'll thrive every hour. Your soul's your best friend. Say yes with your mind. Say yes with your body. Say yes all the time with this soul type karate. Every move you make, that's a yes inside, will soothe the ache and create a magical ride. When fear comes around to keep you from shining, put your hands up and shout and keep beeping riding. You're not alone tonight. Grab a hand when you're scared. You don't need to hide. There's someone who cares. We'll say yes to our souls. To that will be true. It starts with being bold, being fearlessly you. That ache is the way you know you're alive. Stay awake every day. Be grateful you've arrived. So that was Say Yes to Your Soul. And we're going to talk about saying yes to perfect legacy business partners. This is something that has absolutely catapulted my business, and I want to share it with everybody I know. Because all of the things you guys do every day to get your business seen and get more visibility and do the funnels and do the marketing and do the social and do the email newsletters. Oh my gosh, are you getting exhausted just listening to that list? All right, I know. So what if you focused on having two or three, and this is my term for it, legacy business partners or collaborators who would bring you in front of their audience to speak? That's one option. Who would share about your offer on their much bigger email list? I think everyone's going to raise their hand for wanting that. What if they had you on their podcast? And what if this was a reciprocal relationship with strategy and accountability? That's what's missing in your networking, by the way. You will get out there and meet lots of people, and you'll even say, oh yeah, let's do that for each other. And then what happens? Nothing, because there's no strategy and there's no accountability for it. So what I did is I created this strategy. I literally wrote out the SOP, the standard operating procedure for building the legacy business partnerships. And one of my gifts today, and I'll give Ginny the link so she can put it in the live, is the step-by-step PDF. Okay. So if you love this topic and you want to really get a deep dive on what I'm going to kind of summarize today, you've got the whole thing. All right. And you'll be able to grab it later. So when you partner with the right kinds of people to help you grow your business will thrive big time. You're going to be taking business to empire level before you know it. When you find one or a couple, you're not going to have time for many more, by the way. You don't need 100. When you find those right partners, you're going to have the most powerful marketing tool you could ever have for your business. Wouldn't you all love to have other people selling your stuff for you? I would. Yeah. So imagine that, like, people are shouting it out, right? We did shout outs earlier. I love shout outs as a strategy, right? And I love to help my fellow business owners, authors, all the people getting their brave words out into the world. So this partner is usually, this is one definition, a non-competitive professional who serves the same ideal client audience as me, but they serve them in a different way than I do. So your services complement theirs for this perfect match and partnership. So if we took Ginny Robertson as my example, Ginny serves a very similar audience as me, and we serve in different ways, right? Ginny and my mission are so aligned to help get you more visible, help you shine, help you take the spotlight. I'm publishing books to do it, and Ginny has a list of ways. She does the same thing. So when I come across somebody who is already serving my perfect audience, I immediately want to get to know them and see how we can come together to collaborate and partner in all the ways. So Jenny, I love having you as one of my legacy partners in this business and in life. And honestly, you guys, these partners become friends because you got to like them and you want to hang out with them and you want to, it's more than just like, hey, I'm going to share something on my email list for you. It's like, no, I want to get together with Ginny and hang out. And she is also a friend. I think that's really important. And there's kind of an old way of business that says, oh, you should never cross that boundary. BS, you guys. Like, how about we break out of that and come together in way more powerful ways? And that's, I don't know, one of the things I love about this the most. So the goal would be to find and nurture these perfect legacy business partners, create relationships and partner with like-minded business owners who practice an abundance mindset. It's one of Laura's criterias. To become excellent introduction and referral partners, right? That's a little bit of networking jargon thrown in there, but also maybe affiliate or email exchange partners, help each other increase leads or income, and help each other mastermind ideas, strategies, or even give each other feedback. Like, there's so many options here of how your partners can help you. And it doesn't always have to be sort of the usual ones you think about. So it really starts with, what are your business goals? You as a business owner might have some different kinds of goals. Well, I want to build my email list. Like, I think that should be on everybody's list. I want to sell tickets to an event or a program. I want to sell my beautiful new card deck for writers, right? That Lori shared earlier. I want to sell a book. I want to build an advanced reader team. We could go on and on, right? But what are your goals? You might want to write one or two down, because you're going to come into these relationships and have to talk about that. And you want to know your goals before you go out there and make the effort to build these relationships. Maybe you just need some great introductions, right? Maybe you want to land some speaking gigs. So there's a lot of benefits to having these partnerships, but if someone is helping you fulfill your purpose in life, your purpose in your business, that's a pretty big potatoes thing, right? helping you build your vision that you have. So this is not it isn't just anybody. And you're not going to say yes to everybody. And earlier, we were having this discussion. One of our breakout questions today was, what are the characteristics of these people for you personally, unapologetically? Who do you want to start to build relationships with? Everybody had a slightly different answer, although communication was a hot topic today, wasn't it? So we're all very interested in people with some EQ and who can really communicate in a straightforward way. But you're going to have your own list. And step one would be to identify someone. That's step one in this process. How can we find someone who is the perfect fit as a collaborator or a legacy business partner, right? So what are your criteria? Start making a list of those. Step two, if you identify a good fit person, you have to offer this partnership opportunity and be really specific about what this is. And that's why I wrote this all out for you guys in a PDF format. Take it, use it, share it, make it your own. All right. That's what I want you to do with it. So you'll usually know when somebody is a great fit. You're going to get that. Michelle was talking about it earlier, fully aligned feeling. And that is very unique to each of you. So what does that even mean to you, being aligned with somebody? Well, for me, I'm smiling, right? There is no negativity there. It's a aligned feeling is light and joyful and heck yes inside of my body. So what is it for you? Figure that out. You're going to have a lot of things in common. You're going to immediately know multiple ways you can collaborate. This is a high vibration, high energy kind of thing when you find someone who's a great fit. So in this step two, when you're identifying somebody and you're offering the partnership opportunity, you then need a mutual agreement. Yes, let's collaborate. Let's begin this partnership. Okay, so now you have two people saying yes, and that is super awesome. And it gets us to step three. You collaborate with your first check-in. So typically I'll meet on Zoom. I like to meet, if I can't meet in person, with somebody on Zoom so that we can talk. Like we're in the same room having a little coffee together, and we're going to start to co-work this relationship and how we want to get to know each other, but also how we want to collaborate. So you got to plan that partner call, right? Schedule an hour to begin to strategize. That's a little bit of a summary of step three. There's going to be a lot of things you can do in that first meeting. And this is kind of where it gets fun. You're going to co-create a legacy business partner plan and strategize the way you're going to collaborate during the year, the month, the week, the year. Okay. So I mentioned it earlier, kind of a quick list, but you could become affiliate partners for each other's programs. You could do an email promotion. You could do a guest speaker swap. You could have each other on the podcasts. You could dream up a new business that you're collaborating with together on, right? You could collaborate on a book. You could go all the way to a legal joint venture partnership. But notice how I said that one last, because most of my collaborations are not that. And sometimes people think that that's what I'm talking about when I do this talk. That's actually not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all the other really powerful ways to collaborate with the perfect person, right? But a legal joint venture partnership is an option, and a whole nother day-long talk. So make sure to write down the what and the when of your first agreed strategy, who's going to be doing each step, and begin putting that into action. You can co-work it in the hour together. Create that agreement together and be very, very clear who's doing what, right? So one example is one of my partners, Melissa Henry. Some of you know Melissa well. She and I agreed to do an email swap. So we shared information, graphics, copy, links. We set the dates for those shares on each other's email lists. We signed up for each other's email lists if we weren't already signed up. And then we each confirmed that we were on the list, and we checked in after those dates where those emails went out, to see how it went. Because if you don't have this kind of strategy, and especially if you don't have accountability to each other, how are you going to know if the email went out? How, talking about the follow-up effectiveness is really important. So step 4 is an after that call, right? You might, and then that's the planning call from step 3. So after the call, you might send an email to each other outlining the how and the what that you agreed to, the strategy that you agreed to take, the actions you agreed upon. And one of the easiest ways to co-create some of this stuff is just by using a shared Google Drive, a Google Doc. You open it up, the two of you have something going on, you can go in there and change it and add notes and all the things. It's very, very easy to do it that way. So schedule and calendar a check-in call to ensure the implementation of your strategy. I'm just kind of repeating that in very specific language, because those check-in follow-ups are going to be how this grows and is powerful. So the last step in this is really confirming dates for your next check-in, right? Do you want to keep going with the person? You loved it. It worked. I had 100 email signups with that share, Melissa. Thank you so much. Right. It's an example for you. It's like, oh, that really worked. Should we do this again? Yeah, we should do it again. All right, let's put it on the calendar and communicate. What went well? What didn't go well? How are we going to switch it the next time? Do you want to do something different? Be an awesome partner, right? Follow through on your promises. It's a big deal. So in the guide, in the PDF guide, I'm talking a little bit about, there are times where you decide that the partnership isn't working, and that's fine. And just get clear. And there's some guide in terms of like, how do I release that one from my life and open up a new space for somebody new, right? So there's some things for you guys to read about that. This can absolutely change your business and life. I said it earlier, you can't partner with everyone, nor do you want to. So make sure you're choosing partners who lift you up, are reciprocal energy and effort. We talked about that a little earlier. Are your best cheerleaders. They send introductions and maybe referrals. They show up and engage, and they help you feel good. They help you feel energized, motivated, and inspired. Anything less is just a no. And so this is where you get to set the boundaries of these partnerships and make them absolutely the best possible. So you'll have some room in the little workbook PDF to write down some of the ideas that you guys have, and you can certainly use it, to co-work the session. But the communication is really the biggest key to this. I love the question, what else is possible for my business? And when it came to building partnerships, the question was being answered in powerful ways. So I want to take just a couple of minutes to have you be able to kind of hear an example of a conversation, right? And earlier I asked the group here live if somebody would like to be the guinea pig for this. So I'm going to take the first hand up in my Zoom room right now. Edie's hands is up. Okay. That was fast, Edie. So Ginny, are you able to pin her as well? And then the both of us can be on. Okay. So Edie, you and I know each other just a little bit so far, right? And we actually did a little bit of an exchange already. So this is really fun. I'm glad you raised your hand. I love what you're about. You're an incredibly powerful and positive person. Our audiences overlap big time. I already know this. So I'm kind of like in my mind today, I'm checking the check marks. Like you already have like 5 or 6 of my check marks, done. So I feel like you and I are really great partners in terms of this topic. Would you agree?
I would agree. Yes.
Good. I was hoping you would say so. So you guys, we just got past step one. We're identifying and we're in mutual agreement that we want to move forward. So Edie, is there something that you need help sharing right now? Like if I could be your best partner, well, what do you need right now?
Yeah, I have this free masterclass that I put together, and I am on client journey, and I'm hoping to get more people opted into that because I think it's a great way for them to get to know me and what I do.
Okay, super awesome. And since we had our interview the other day, that went so amazing. So we'll have to send you all the link to the YouTube interview. I had Edie talking about client journey. And you guys, I swear, in whatever the 20 minutes or so that we were together, she's educating you all. You need to go grab that and listen because you're going to get several golden nuggets. So for sake of this talk today, I'm modeling the shout out right now to you. If your partner can organically speak about you and your services like that, and they're out there sharing anyway, that's one of the marks of a perfect partner. So you all right now might be thinking of somebody or a couple somebodies. Who are some potential partners for you that are already shouting you out? Maybe you bring this strategy to them and set up a call and see how it goes, right? So Edie, since we did the interview, is there another way I can help you share this? Like what's worked for you? What do you think would be good?
Yeah, I mean, the podcast was a tremendous way. I make my best connections through warm audiences, and podcasts are some of the best ways to do that. Um, hmm, that's a good question. I don't know.
So thank you for being honest. Y'all, when you're in your partnerships and you're having these conversations, know what you want. And so this is part of the problem sometimes is like, we don't even know what to ask for of our partners. So Edie, I'm going to help you out, of course. Okay. So there might have been a part of our conversation where we talked about our email list. You know, Edie, what I haven't done yet is I haven't sent your interview out to my list, and I'm super happy to do an email. Either it'll be part of my weekly email. I haven't, I don't know yet, but I send out an email every Tuesday. How does that sound to you in terms of the next step?
That sounds perfect. And I
Okay,
do the
cool.
same.
Awesome. Awesome. So at this point, I would say, let's see, it is the 28th. It's Tuesday. My email, is it Tuesday? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. My next one will go out next week. So are you on my email list yet so that you can hold me accountable?
I am.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and choose that next week, which is going to be November, which is killing me that November is already here, right? So we're going to do November 4th. Sound good?
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to send out a notice of the interview, which does have this free masterclass link in the show notes already, to my list on November 4th. So please let me know after you see that, and maybe 24 hours after, let me know how it goes. I would love to know how many hits you get on that link if you think this was successful, and that would be awesome. And so in our conversation, we would, spend some time in one direction, but, as Michelle was talking about earlier, you really need somebody who's going to be reciprocating. And Edie already said, now what can I do for you? So Edie, I'm going to be starting a Write Your Brave Book 2026 program, and it's going to start in January. But right now, this week is early bird pricing. And I want to give as many people an opportunity to sign up for this at the lowest possible price that I can. Do you have a favorite way of sharing where you get the most engagement when you're shouting someone else out?
Yes. My email list and then my Instagram stories are two
Okay.
great places.
Great. Which are you willing to do for me?
I'd be willing to do both, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Any chance you could get it in before the weekends?
Yeah, I have my email going out tomorrow, so that's actually perfect.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that means I need to get into action to email you some deliverables so that you know what the heck you're talking about. And I need to get that done by like as soon as possible in the next couple of hours, right?
Yes, and I have checked
Okay.
out your link. But yes, for the sake of,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're talking it out so that you guys have an example, right? You have to be specific. You have to pick your dates and times. You have to know the action steps. And so I have a to-do list now because she has been so generous to say, yes, I can do it by the end of the week. Can you get it to me today? Yes, of course, I'm going to get it to you today. I'll get you the link and you can read the page. And I have a graphic if that helps, but maybe your email list is something you'll just write
Yeah.
in copy. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I will make sure that I am on yours as well. And actually, could you please give me your Instagram handle?
Yes, it's first dot last name, so Edith.Odura.
Okay, so I'm also going to go right after we chat, make sure I'm following you on Instagram. I believe I am already, but I'm going to double check because I don't know all the time if I am. And we could follow each other and then I can at least share and engage on anything that you're doing over there. Sound good?
Perfect. Sounds perfect.
Okay, so would you like to follow up with me for just a quicker chat? Pretend we have spent, 45 minutes or an hour together today, but shall we follow up maybe after the November 4th email? And that way we can talk about both of our situations. Okay, cool. So how about, does the 5th sound good to you?
Yep, that works for me.
How does 9:45 sound?
Works for me.
Okay, cool. I'm going to send you a calendar invite.
Perfect.
Okay. So for the sake of today's chat, I'm going to finish with Edie. Edie, thank you for being the example today. And I'm going to wrap up with y'all by saying the steps you saw me go through just now are the important steps of accountability. I didn't let her get off the call without making a date, adding her to the Google Calendar, having her say yes to that, of course, but the follow-ups, do I need to say it? The fortune is in the follow-ups. I know. I mean, everyone, right? But it's true. And it's going to be the accountability that you need with this strategy to make this something that builds even more momentum and energy moving forward. Plus, that was fun. Like that exchange is going to help both of us. And I'm going to be in front of a new audience for me with Edie's audience. Vice versa. She's going to be in front of a new audience with mine. And it's going to be really, really powerful. So again, thank you, Edie. I want you all to reach out for the PDF if you have any questions. I know Ginny can put it underneath in the show notes. I want to mention to you all that I've got a lot of free resources and you're welcome to a lot of what I have going on is free in the resources vault. We're going to be doing a lot for our authors next year that include things like this, things like legacy, business partnership building, community building, and business building. So thank you all very much for listening today.
Thank you, Laura. I want to, let's see, I'm going to add myself down here. I'd ask everybody here with us on Zoom to please unmute yourself so we can show Laura some love, shout it out, clap, do whatever you want to do, because I've heard Laura talk about this before, and I'm sitting here going, whoa, I think I just got hits of even more stuff. It was very, very, very good, Laura. Thank you so much. And to all of you joining us live or catching the replay, thank you for being part of this amazing community. If you'd like to get more involved, join us for future connections gatherings on Zoom or in person in Columbia, Maryland or Tallahassee, Florida. Or you can also explore On Purpose Woman magazine. Just visit OPWGC.com where you'll find inspiration, connection, and opportunities to grow both personally and professionally, all while staying true to who you really are. Until next time, stay inspired, stay authentic, and stay connected. Thank you for watching, everyone. Okay.